The first day of school. It is less than 2 weeks away for many students, which means it's time for back-to-school shopping. When you add the supplies, plus the shoes and the new clothes, it can get a little expensive. But buying supplies is all part of the process, right? Sierra Hignite joins us now from Dixie Bee Elementary, where they are focusing on the fun aspects of going back to school. Sierra.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I'm here at Dixie Bee, just like you said, where they're actually hosting a special back-to-school parade that's targeted just for teachers. And I'll have more on that later, but before those kids come into this teacher's classroom, they've got a couple things they need to check off that supply list to make sure that they are prepared. And now, these lists seem to be getting a little longer and a little more specific, and for some parents, it can get pretty expensive. Already, families are hitting the aisles to check off their back-to-school lists. Brittany Jenkins has 2 boys heading back to school this fall, a first grader and a second grader.
The second grade list is actually shorter than the first grade list, and it's better. Kindergarten list last year for him was really, really long.
Jenkins says typically the older they get, the shorter the list.
Different projects and different stuff they do. They need different supplies.
But that doesn't necessarily mean the grand total gets any smaller.
I was just going through my phone, like on Walmart.com, just to see how much of the school supplies, and my amount came to like $85.
And that was just for the supplies. Jenkins says she also has to buy new shoes and clothes to replace what the boys have worn out or grown out of.
Probably $300 by the time I'm done getting everything, if not a little bit more.
Stacy Langdon has a daughter in college and a son going into kindergarten. She says a lot has changed since her daughter was in elementary school.
The difference is the stuff they want. The stuff they need is actually like stuff for the teachers.
Langdon says her list has a lot of classroom items that she thinks the school should provide for the classrooms rather than the parents.
Half of the stuff is not even stuff that the kid's going to actually use.
She longs for the days that you just needed the basics to go back to school.
The crayons, the markers, the glue, and scissors.
The cost of going back to school can vary depending on where you shop and what brands you buy. Even though one item may not seem expensive, when you add them all up, it can come out to a pretty penny. Now, I did a little bit of my own research today and did a little back-to-school shopping. I've got 2 lists here from 2 different schools in Vigo County. One is a kindergarten list, and the other here is a 5th grade list. Now, the kindergarten list has a few more items on it, but it only cost me $66 at Walmart to purchase everything on the list. And then here is my 5th grade list, which you can see has a few less items on it, but it cost me $76. Now, of course, it depends on what brand you buy and where you shop as to how much your grand total is going to be, but it just goes to show that just a few things, they can add up if you're not careful. However, you'll notice I mentioned I was in a classroom, and this is definitely a really interesting classroom, and it is one of the classrooms that is in the Vigo County Back to School Parade today. And I'll be back just later at 5:30 to explain to you what this parade is about, who it's for, and what the benefit is. But for now, Mike, back to you.
Oh, good. We get a parade today. We'll look forward to that report later in the newscast. Thank you, Sierra. There are programs that assist families who may need some help getting back to school supplies, but a great way to save some money is to shop around and keep an eye open for coupons.